Hey guys, welcome back. This is Val from Dreamlight. In this video, I'm going to talk briefly about a cool concept that, it's all in the details, right? And right now we're looking at my latest set at DAZ, which is tossed office documents. These are scanned assets you can just kind of toss around your scenes, right? And the cool thing about it is they are very detailed and they bring, details at the same time, right? To your scenery, and with that also tell a story. I mean, imagine someone sitting at your desk in your office or whatever, and they are looking down and feeling kind of stressed out a little bit, right? And that is all enhanced when you kind of gather around all tossed documents around that person, right? So there's kind of like evidence of a story being told, of something that has happened, and that enhances your renders. Now I've got a bunch of these. This one is just released just now in my DAZ store. But if you take a look in my store, I got a lot of these here, right? And for instance, we got one here called Towels on the Floor. I mean, how cool is that, right? You get to kind of, you don't need much, and you already start thinking, man, there is two people in the water, right? And that's how cool this is. So, or another one, if we just go back here, got one called Heels on the Floor, right? It's another one, it's really cool. Very often you can have people kind of without shoes. If you have female characters without shoes, and you want to tell an additional story or add some kind of thing. Maybe they've been wearing them all day at work, and she comes home, sits on the chair and just relaxes, and there is shoes on the floor, or there is some other stuff happening in your scene, right? These are really, really cool. And even more, if you want to be a little more dramatic about it, there's one here called Tossed Dresses. These are draped around furniture, right? So you can place them anywhere you like. Really cool looking. Very high quality scans, right? Now, another one is here. If you're looking for even more cool stuff, I got one called Toilet Paper on the Floor. I know, it's kind of crazy, right? I actually scanned toilet paper, but that just looks so cool. And it adds so much details to your scene. It's almost crazy, right? So all these are on sale, as you can see right now, right, in my store. And also, an additional one is called Tossed Plush Toys, right? If you have scenes of kids or dogs or whatever, or even adults at times, right? You can, add immediately a lot of cool, fun elements. Now, one more, before I show you something in DAZ, is Clothes on the Floor. This one features even bras, and how cool is that? You can you don't need much, right? Immediately you just start thinking something is going on here, right? And that's so cool. You don't need so much people in your scene. Of course you want to add people, but these elements just are extremely cool storytelling components. Now let me show you how they're working inside DAZ. So I'm just going to go back to that I started with, which is tossed office documents, right? I'm going to show you another one in a second. Basically, you just throw them into your scene and say, hey, this one is 21 scan items, right? Just move it into your scene and it's ready. And you switch over to NVIDIA Preview and you've got it rendering immediately, right? If you added office floor here, just throw in Stonemason's private library, which is a nice setting. It's a kind of like a living room or a reading room or whatever you want to call it, right? And if we just go for some render presets here, let's say this one here, right? And then we're gonna turn off. There's a little bit too much stuff here happening. I'm gonna turn off vignetting. And that's it, right? And then turn on NVIDIA Array Denoiser. Great feature if you have RTX card. This is on a laptop featuring 260 RTX card, and it's still quite fast at rendering. And the thing is, once you add these to your scene, You just move them to where they want to be, to where you want them, and they are just there, right? So it's like instant details to your scenery. It just takes seconds to load them. And by the way, like I said, you can, play with all kinds of fun stuff here. For instance, we got tossed dresses, right? For instance, this one. Bring that in, and immediately it adds an additional thing. Select it, drag and drop to where you want it to be, and it's there, right? And they are very detailed. I mean, you can grab, let's move that away a little bit. You can get quite close with your camera, and it survives being close. It's very, very high quality. So guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I want this to be just a quick video showcasing a bunch of cool scans that are instant, additional details to your scenes that also tell a story, or can be used to tell a story, besides just adding cool details. So back into my store, there is a sale going on right now. So these items you see here, the new one is at 30% off, right? And all the other ones are starting somewhere here or at 50% off, right? There are older elements or sets in my store at 65% off. And also, if you get this new one, if you get this one, you get additional percentage off these old ones that are on sale. I think you get 65 off or something like that, right? But you need to have them in the cart at the same time. So guys, that's all for this video. Go ahead, check this out. There's a link below this video. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe so don't miss out on cool tips, and also on occasional promotions so don't miss out on cool stuff. There's also more links below this video, including training, DAZ Studio training, if you want to create, learn how to create DAZ Studio art quicker and easier than ever. Have fun, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon again.